Yo, what up, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy Rush holding it down with the Labudo Network. Right now, I'm promoting my side hustle, Rush Enterprise. If you're in the state of New Jersey, you need armed guards or unarmed guards, call up my business line and I'll line it up. The bigger the contract, the more money we make together, you heard? Today, we're going to expound on these two albums and we're going to grade it. This particular show is called The Progress Report. Know what I mean? And yo, we're gonna expound on Eminem joint and Tupac joint. I mean his LP with the Makaveli joint. Yo, Fame man, talk to the people, man. Let them know what's popping.
What's going on? Hope everybody having a great day. We're about to grade these albums. I thought you said we was doing the Roots too.
Yeah, we also doing Roots too. My bad, man.
Oh, I was to say, because that shit gonna get a 0 for me.
I kind of figured you would say that, man. Let's start off with that.
Before.
Why would you grade? Why would you grade the Roots first album, Philadelphia, a 0? Like Black
That
Thought
shit's
is
an
pretty
F.
nice. You give it an F?
I give it an F, 0%.
Yo, expound on that, man. Tell me why.
All right, the Roots first album, all right. For that time, it's not my cup of tea. It's not my type of music. But for that time, I'll give it a higher grade, maybe. But the percentage for me is 0 because I don't like no songs on there. I think it's outdated. I think if you play that shit today in 2026, it doesn't age well. I think it's kind of outdated. And Black Thought is nice though. He can rap, but back then it wasn't like I think he can rap better now than back then. And I think the Roots group, that type of sound was made for a certain time period. So I think that's why it just aged bad.
Yeah,
It aged pretty bad.
I would give that album a B minus. And
What?
I'm not gonna hold you. I am biased because of my uh liking of the group because of it's tied to like good memories for myself. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
I'm going to admit that I'm kind of biased with the grade, but overall, like it had a neo soul bandish type style
Yeah.
with it, and I can understand why you wouldn't like that. Because I kind of know you and I know your personality, and
Yeah.
yeah, man. I mean, I I don't know, man. To me, the Philadelphia was a pretty good album. Like I enjoyed it. It brings back good memories. I think the production wise is real good. Um, and go ahead, Finn. Go ahead.
Nah, keep going, keep going. I got you after.
Yeah, the production wise is good. Um, the writing of the material from Black Thought is pretty good. You know, the band style of it, I enjoyed it. Because some of those records have like instruments that the band be playing at times. I mean, so I don't know, man. I just like that, and you're right. It does cater to a certain demographic of people within the urban community, and it's kind of like that music was kind of like into the the conscious community type, and I do not get no conscious vibes from you. Know what I mean, even though you well knowledgeable, you know what I mean, and you got the wisdom of the God, that.
That's
But
crazy
yeah,
because
man, I mean,
everybody.
yeah, that style of music caters to that type of crowd. Know what I mean,
Yeah, it's crazy because you say that, but people be saying my music is too conscious. They be saying like, "Yo, you too conscious," and even who was it? I don't know if you know Nina Turner. Her brother-in-law is like, "Yo, you kind of overqualified for rap today because your music is a little too conscious for the audience today." But I agree with you. But sir, like you said, it brings you back to a time period in your life, and that's what albums supposed to do. Some people hold certain type of albums close to them. It might not be your cup of tea or something. Like I be telling my cousin all the time, I love the Shine album. That's like that shit is everything to me. Shine's first album, Shine, self-titled Shine. That album I used to play. He's like, damn, you play
Yeah,
Shine
yeah,
like
yeah.
that? I'm
I
like, yeah,
remember.
that's
I remember the album. Yeah, Sean is another incredible artist, but he's definitely not gonna make it on my top five. But a dope artist though, real dope
no,
artist.
that Shine album's crazy. But going back to the Philadelphia album, the production is decent to me. I like the production is not bad. It kind of got it reminds me of kind of Tribe Called Quest Q-Tip type of production. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, yeah. That's
But
the vibe I get from it too. Most definitely.
yeah, so yeah, the production is not bad. I'm just telling you, if I go song for song, like I just no song on this album hit for me. That's why I say I gotta give it. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying. I'm just being honest, man. No track hit for me. And Black Thought can spit, but he wasn't. I don't think he was spitting back then on that album like that. But I don't think it called for it for him to spit like that. But I think Black Thought now, when you hear him freestyling stuff now, is better than what he was doing on that album. I think on
Yeah,
that album, I don't think he was.
yeah. The album was a different
Yeah,
type of style that caters to a certain type of people. So the because you got to understand, Black Thought was doing dope freestyles back then too. He's just as nice. It's just that I see what they was doing. You know what I mean? There was a certain style they wanted to distribute to a certain type of demographic, and it did well. To me, listen, man. I understand he kind of held back on the bars in on the album,
yeah.
but he probably did that to fuse with the type of music that they were all collaboratively doing together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally agree with that, but that's why he was getting slack from a lot of people, and people was like used to like Vlad used to say, "Oh, Black Thought's not really nice like that. He can't spit, but nigga can spit." And then he proved them wrong. He did that freestyle on Flex because Black Thought is nice. Black Thought can really spit, but I think for that type of album, it wasn't called for him to really go bar heavy like that. But just not my cup of tea. That album, not for me. And this conscious brother that is like Tyler Kweli. I like Tyler Kweli. His shit is conscious and most deaf too. But they be spitting. That's why I said they got some joints like Miss Fat Booty. That's my joint. Stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no. Most Def is another dope MC too. Know what I mean, and his album to me, uh, what was the first? What was the name of his first album?
Dang, I forgot. Dang,
But
it was shit.
overall, it was a real good album, man. To me, that album is a classic. Know what I mean,
I had to go back and listen to it. But yeah, the Roots album. What's your favorite track on the Roots album?
I would say, let me see. I want to get the name right.
Pull the track list up.
What happened?
Yeah, pull the track list up.
I can't. I'm not gonna play it, but I'll pull up the
Nah, you
list.
can't play it.
Yeah.
Don't play the joint. But yo, I'm telling you, man, that's it. That should get it. That should get an F for me, bro. I just gotta be honest. I did I'm telling you, because I listened to it before back then, and I was like, I wasn't feeling it. And then I listened to the joint again, last night. I was like, nah, bro, this shit don't hit in 2000. It hit more back then than now, and I still didn't like it back then. So in 2026, that shit it aged bad. I think it aged pretty bad. We're gonna talk about what's these M's album too. We're gonna talk about that too. It got a better percentage for me though, but it's not too much too much better. But I understand that style because I got a homeboy that raps with that style today because he likes that type of style. But it's definitely more neo soul, definitely more conscious and positive music. But the production is The production is I think the production is decent, but I'm just talking like as a body of work, as a like overall, you know, it's not a passing grade for me. And you said you give it a B minus. That's a pretty high score, nigga, for that album. A B minus. That's crazy.
I can't really find it, but the one
If you
track
don't remember,
I do
okay, go ahead.
remember, it's called Just Don't Stop. I think
Okay.
those bars on there from Black Thought was pretty dope, man. Know what I mean, now it may not be as good as some of the latest stuff he put out, but to me, it was incredible for him to write those type of bars within that time frame.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. So you must be holding this album dear to you. Cause you gave that shit a B minus, nigga. B minus,
Yeah, I mean,
that's
yo,
a
I
high
told you, man.
score.
I know I'm gonna be kind of biased about it because, you know what I'm saying, like, I love the album. Know what I mean, like, it brings back good memories, man. Know what I mean,
Yo, okay. That should bring back no memories for me. I barely got memories listening to the joints. That shit bring no back. I barely, yo.
so hold
But
on. So you didn't like nothing from that album,
nothing,
Philadelphia?
nothing, bro. I didn't nothing about the album. I don't like the hooks. I don't like the songs. The production is the production is not that bad. I'll say that. The production is not. So Questlove produced the whole album, right?
Yeah,
Okay. So yeah, the production is not that
yeah.
bad. So I'll
Questlove is
give
like
it that.
is the drummer of the group, but he does deal with the production.
Yeah, I know that. I know. Yeah, man. There's not no. I ain't get a verse that caught like a verse that did it didn't move me like that. Not a song moved me like that. Not a hook moved me like that. The beats, but that's all I can give it. So, and I told you when I grade albums by going. So this had how many songs there are, and you just count the percentage. You know how many skips. I can skip this whole thing. So for me, that's why I say I got to get. It's not a passing score. I give it an F, man. I give it an F.
Yo, you're tough, man. You're tough.
And when it
I
comes in, I'm
do
telling
you
you,
ain't,
man. What this,
so you think you ain't like not one record off Philadelphia? That's crazy.
we gonna get, bro. I didn't like one record off that. I got an F, man. Because we gonna watch. We can go to when M or Makaveli next. If you ain't got no more to say about that, because that they don't.
We could go with M.
So, but before we move on to the to M or the Machiavelli Tupac album, you said you gave this one a B minus, right? How do
Or
you how
you
do you
talking
grade?
about the Roots? You talking about the Roots album?
Yeah,
Yeah.
how do you grade your albums?
Oh, everything. Production, lyrics, how many times I would have to skip off the a record. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's how I grade it too. So yeah, like
Okay. Okay.
I can let majority of the album of the Roots ride out. Now with M Joint, I'm gonna give M Joint a B. Word up. I'm gonna give it a B. Well, how would you grade it?
This all right. So we already got that out the And another thing, when we talk about classic albums, how many skips you think a classic album can have? Because this is tricky.
I say about four.
Nah, 4.
Yeah.
See, this is it's man, it's tricky with these albums, man. Some of these albums is kind of tricky because some of them got
Well, I mean,
classic joints.
it depends on how many tracks it has. You know what I'm saying?
If it got,
Like
listen, if
it
it got,
only has if it only has like 10 tracks for a whole album and it has 4 skips, then that's not the
that's
greatest.
60%.
It
Yeah, that's
wouldn't be
60%.
it wouldn't be a classic. Yeah, it'd be like a D or
So
something.
okay, I'm that's good because it's crazy because some joints. Does impact matter?
When you say impact, in what sense?
Like, all right, because M's album is weird to me, man. His album, because the Some Shady LP, the album, it brings you back to a time when when M first came out, when M was it seems like it's kind of classic, the album, but when you listen to it, I think that it doesn't age well to me either. I don't think the Some Shady LP ages to me, but it has classic records on the album. But I don't think the album as a whole is a classic to me. But there's songs on there that is classic. This is why it's so tricky. So Eminem's what's it? The Slim Shady LP that gets 40 is 42% for me. So what's that, a D? Oh, that's an F, right?
That's an F, bro. A F.
Yeah,
Forty-two
it's an
percent.
F, bro. Cause I'm counting. I'm telling you, I'm counting. I'm counting the joints. It got I think it has 14. It's not counting the skits. I'm not counting the skits though. I'm just counting just the records because he has like 4 skits on there. So, and I'm just looking back at it. It only got um 6 out of 14 tracks, which is about 42%. 6 tracks.
I mean, you're gonna have people. This
They
kid
don't know
probably gonna
music then.
go viral, man. You know what I mean?
Yo, but they
Yo,
can't.
you're
You got to be a
basically saying
super.
this first album is trash.
It wasn't that good of an album, but it got some. But look, it's tricky because it has classic joints. But because it brain damage, role model, um, hi, my name is guilty conscience. Um, there's one more song, and that's about it. The rest of them shits is not good. I'm telling you, the rest of them shits is you can skip.
I mean, nah, I disagree. I'm gonna give you some pushback. That within that album, you could tell. Uh, One, nobody was rhyming like that when he first came out. Um, Two, his style was real original. After that first album dropped, every battle rapper that battled within, between the years from 90s 97 to all the way to like 2010, everybody will mimic that style of rhyming on how M was rhyming on his first album. You know what I mean? So he definitely, to me, that album would be considered a classic because of the style
Nah,
of originality that M came out with. You know what I mean? When he dropped that LP. But as far as production wise, the production wasn't that great. But
the
because of
production
his
wasn't.
rhyming skills, it got the B for me. You know what I mean?
Nah, bro, it can't get no B. Hell no. But I understand what you're saying. That's why I said impact. M had impact, especially for white MCs, because they all sound like Eminem. Like especially around the time when they come out, they all sound like Eminem. But M Eminem's the most overrated rapper of all time. Fuck M. But look, I wouldn't go that far, D. He's a little overrated, but I wouldn't go that far because Eminem is nice. But I understand everything you're saying, Rush, but that doesn't disqualify. That doesn't take away from the trash songs that's on this album, bro. Because you can't tell me you listen to all these joints and be like they're dope. He can rap. The substance is not there. For one, the production is not all of that. it ages poorly in 2026 to me, dude. Except for some of the classic joints like Guilty Conscience and Role Model and stuff like that, you can still listen to. But overall, man, I'm telling you, there's 6 joints I like on it out of 14. So that's like a 42%. So you didn't skip nothing on this album. Nah, Rush. I know, Rush, you're not listening to this album and saying this, especially the stuff you're talking about, bro. I can't relate.
I could let the album ride out, bro. I mean, it's a decent album. Now, do I play M on a regular? No. The only reason why I listened to it last night is because we was doing the stream today. But I do recognize and appreciate his craft within that album. Slim Shady. Slim Shady is to me, that's my favorite album out of all his albums. I mean,
okay, now you're bugging. Now you're tripping. It's not even close, nigga. The Eminem show, and then Marshall Mathers LP, and then maybe this album. But yeah, you're bugging with that one, nigga. You say this is better than the Eminem show? Yeah,
listen, I personally like that LP, man. Slim Shady. I like it.
Oh my god, we gotta do Eminem show. We have to do Eminem show album because that's legendary. That's a classic. Well, I want to talk about that yet because I want to get it. But this is getting an F for me, bro. 42%. 6 out of 14, but it's 6 out of 14 tracks, not counting the skits. So that's about like a 42%. But those 6 tracks are heavy. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is why, as an album, it's not great. But for those 6 classic joints on there, because he has 6 classic joints on this album, it's not consistent. The album's not consistent for me. I could skip way too many tracks. So even though it's a 40, I give it like a 42%, which is the F. I do like those 6 tracks a lot. And I could probably repeat those 6 tracks. It's just the rest of them tracks they're just not good. And he gets a little too goofy.
I mean, that's what made him so nice, though. Like, even with the premise of the album, you get the feel on what he's talking about. You understand, like, he's from a impoverished area within the trailer trash community. You get the Detroit vibe from it. I mean, you just overall you get to know what M is about within that album, especially with his dark sense of humor on the album. I mean, to me, I appreciate the craft. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but that don't make it good. That don't make it good. I get where he's trying to go, but that just doesn't make the songs good for me. They're like, except for the ones I like, What's your favorite track? What's your favorite track on the Slim Shady LP?
I don't give a fuck. I like that record.
Don't give. Dang. All right. Yeah. My shit might be Role Model.
Oh, Role Model is the record where he took a shot at cannabis, right?
I think so. Was that Role? I don't think he took a shot at cannabis on Role Model.
Maybe it's a different track I'm thinking about.
Yeah, I don't think it was Role Model, but Role Model is my favorite track on that joint. Classic. See, he got class. That's why it's tricky, man. It's tricky to really grade these albums because I'm grading it. I'm being critical on it, but that's how you got to grade them. How many you can skip? And you got to give it a percentage because it's just like school. If you have an album with 10 joints and you can skip 5, it's still a 50%. Even if you enjoyed those 5, it's still 50%. That's what I'm trying to grade you because the joints I really like, but I really don't like the other joints that but yeah, man, he got some classic joints on here like Guilty Conscience is classic, How My Name Is classic, Role Model classic, Brain Damage classic. So that's why so I'm gonna bump it up. I'm gonna bump it up to a D. I'm gonna bump it up to the D. I'm gonna give those joints I'm gonna give those. Matter of fact, I'm gonna bump it up. I'm gonna give it a passing. I'm gonna bump it up to a D plus. No, to a C minus or a D plus.
Okay. Now you are making a lot more sense to me now. Okay, that's reasonable. Yeah, that's reasonable.
I'm gonna bump it up because those classics on the album, it deserves extra credit. I think those. So I'm gonna bump that up to. I'm gonna bump it up to a C. The percentage to me, listen, all right, so I'm gonna explain. So the percentage is a 42%. But with the extra credit for those classic joints he do have that I really like, I can bump it up to a C for that. So I'm gonna give it a C. And his impact was phenomenal too when he came in. So like you said, we never seen nothing like Eminem before him. So he was original, he definitely can rap. He's definitely creative. And I think Eminem's an underrated storyteller too. Because Eminem can really, tell a story. I think that's an underrated
I agree with you on that. Yeah. He could definitely tell a story, man. Yeah.
I think he's underrated. He's an underrated storyteller. But yeah, for M's albums, this is probably the third to fourth best album.
Okay, yo, I think that's reasonable, man. I think I could dig that, man. I guess we could move on to Pac's album. Now, I could see why you had those words for us that day when we expounded on Pac and on why you felt Pac is incredible. And you're gonna like my grade too, man. I'm gonna give Pac's album an A plus, bro. I'm gonna give it an A plus.
Niggas, you wanna know something crazy? You wanna know this is how you know that I'm not biased at all. I'm not biased, and I speak from just my music background, how much I know about music, how much I study the game, how much I study hip hop and everything. I know music, man. This is why you know I'm not biased. Pac's album, I'm being fair. It gets to 66% for me. Makaveli gets to
66%, bro. Yo, why? You can let that whole album ride out, man. But tell me why you give it a 66.
Nah. 1 second. Oh yeah. So I'm going by the percentages of how many joints I can skip, and I think Pac got I think it was 7 for 12. It was 7 for 12. 7 out of 12 joints. So I think it's a 66%. This is how you know I'm not biased. I'm not biased, but I can probably I'm gonna bump it up though, like I did M joint, because the joints that are hidden are legendary joints. Like they're classics, they're legendary records. So yeah, and Pac didn't really, when Pac made albums, he didn't make it where he structured his albums. And he even said that. He used to just record, right? Pac used to just record songs, just constantly recording, and then he just stole whatever on an album. He didn't really structure them like an album, like had direction for the album. He just put those joints, recorded them, and just randomly put those joints on the album, then recorded his album and just threw them on. So that's why his album don't really has direction like that. Like you see, I can say that about M. M album has some type of direction where he's going with, where he wants the audience, to go. Pac album don't have that. It's got some joints on it though, man. But yeah, that's how you know I'm not biased. Cause I gave Makaveli a 66%, but I'm gonna bump it up to a B because the legendary joints it got on there. So I'm gonna give it the extra credit. I'm gonna give it the extra credit for because he got Hail Mary on there. He got the Live and Die in LA. He got Blasphemy on there. He got Crazy on there.
We gotta expound on Live and Die in LA. That is an incredible record. Like To Living Down LA from Pac, right? Even with the pixel of the video, it explains like when you hear that record, you get LA. Like I'm getting a feel of Los Angeles just hearing that record. And that record is such a good record. Like yo, I had that shit on repeat for about for like 30 minutes, man. That's how much I enjoyed that record, man. It's such a good record. And now I understand why you was kind of passionate
Exactly.
expounding on Pac because like yo, Pac is he's a dope
MC.
artist. You know what I mean? Dope
Yeah.
artist.
I keep saying that, man. Pac, and he can spit. Like Pac can spit. He a dope MC. He can make songs.
I never said
Like,
he couldn't spit. You know what I mean? It's just that I have a certain preference that I like. You know what I mean? But Pac is dope, man. He's a dope artist.
yeah, I totally agree. A very dope artist. And he's in my top five. You already know that. Pac is in my top five. But yeah, what's your favorite joint on this album? To Live and Die in LA. That's your favorite joint?
Now I would say Blasphemy, man.
Oh yeah,
Blasphemy.
Blasphemy.
I respect
What
that record. It's a good
what
record.
about so what you feel about Hail Mary and Bomb First?
Hail Mary, it's a good record, but it's not my favorite. You know,
Okay.
and the other one, it's a good record, but like it doesn't move me like like Blasphemy.
Yeah, I like Crazy too. Crazy is one of my favorite joints from Pac too. Got me going crazy. That's one of my joints too, man. But yeah, to live and die in LA, you definitely get the LA vibe and everything Pac is talking about. Spreading love to LA and shouting out LA, bigging up LA. Even though Pac is from New York, but he kind of grew up in Oakland and all that. So that's why I said, yeah, I'm giving this album a B, bro.
Yo, what's your thoughts on the production of that album? Like, I thought the
Well,
production was pretty good. Real, actually,
nah, the production. I think
flawless.
Daz produced a lot of those joints too. But the production on this it was dang, it was half and half. It was like I said, the joints I liked. The production was hitting. The joints was dope, but the ones I didn't like, the joints was it wasn't all that. So I give the production. I give like a C plus for the production. I give the total album a B plus. I mean a B. Me against
Yeah, I
yeah
mean,
that
yo, to me, I think the production of that album is underrated, man. And I didn't know
yeah
Daz was like the main producer for that album. You talking about Daz Dillinger, right?
yeah Snoop Cousin from
Okay,
Dog
okay, yeah,
Pound.
yeah. See, like he's not even known to be a dope producer. I mean,
Yeah,
maybe
well,
in Cali, you know what I'm saying? They respect it, but I'm not
yeah.
really big on Cali, culture like that. So, but I'm now realizing like, yo, he's a dope producer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Shout out to D. He said Pac was in his bag from Me Against the World to All Eyes on Me to Makaveli. Yo, we got to do All Eyes on Me. That's yeah, we got to do All Eyes on Me. I'm telling these niggas, man, Pac was him. But I'm telling you, but yeah, a lot of people didn't know Daz. Yo, Daz produced a lot of stuff that he didn't get paid for. That's why him and Snoop was beefing because he didn't get his money. Him and Snoop are real, blood cousins. They're like real cousins. Yeah. So Daz produced a lot of stuff for Death Row, produced a lot of stuff for the Dog Pound. And I think he said even Drake took credit for some of the beats he made. So Daz produced a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah, I mean, it be like that, man. A lot of times when these producers are in a position of leverage, they usually steal people's beats, and you know what I mean, and make money off of it, and don't pay the person that actually come up with a lot of those beats. Sometimes you got to question is like, yo, did he produce everything he put out?
Yeah. And some of them, like Dre, they said Dre had a lot of people producing for him. Like he used to They said Dre used to coach them on what to do, but they used to produce the beats actually. But Daz is an underrated producer to me, because Daz got a lot of hits under his belt. But yeah, overall, this album, that Makaveli album, and the impact too. That's another thing. That's why I bumped it up. You could probably bump it up to a B plus just cause for the impact too. But in the legendary joints it got on it. But I'm gonna stick to a B. You know, that's what I told you, man. I'm not biased when I say stuff. Like if an album's trash, I don't care if you my favorite artist. There's some Nas albums. Listen, Nas is my number one. There's some Nas albums I think is trash. Like there's some Nas albums I think is trash. I'm not going. There's some fans they're so fanned out that they can't. They're so delusional and like blinded to their bias towards the artist that they can't see them doing no wrong, or they can't, in their eyes everything is high, and that's not realistic, you know, unless the nigga's just really that consistent and you know he putting out joints like consistent like that. But that's very rare unless you a nigga like me. But it's just very rare to get an artist that everything's going to hit like that, every album's going to hit like that, every verse is going to hit like that. So yeah, you gotta put your biases aside. That's how you grow in the music, you know, and that's how you make, you know, your favorite artist better. When he get that criticism, he's like, damn, this album didn't hit like that or something. You know, you be honest with him instead of just, you know, dick eating and you know gassing them up, and then they don't even get better because they don't know where they went wrong at. So I think if we be more honest about these albums, whatever, it'll make people step their pen game up, make them, you know, step up their creativity, and make them want to put out legendary albums like they did in the past. Because I don't even today, what's the new legendary albums or classic albums today? Like you don't really see that no more because niggas don't even really put out albums like that. They just put out singles. They just put out singles, freestyles. They don't really put out or put, you know, the time and effort to make a complete body of work. So that's why I like focusing when I you know write. I like putting together a body of work. I do the freestyles and all of that too because you know it's fun and I just like doing it. But I love putting together a body of work that you know makes sense, that all comes together, that tells a story, that has some substance to it, something you can get out of it, some knowledge and stuff like that. Like you would like. I remember back listening to albums or records, and you just go back listen to it over and over. Like you had it join on repeat, and you just trying to study the lyrics or try to look up what they saying and stuff like that. It just you internalize it. So we need to get back to that. But yeah, I'm not biased, man. If your joint is trash, I'm gonna say it's trash. If it's average, I'm gonna say it's average. But if it's fire, I'm gonna give you credit and say your shit is fire. Cause there's definitely some we didn't get to them. I know we just started this little series, but we didn't get to them. There's some legendary albums out there, man. That I'm probably gonna give an A plus to, but we didn't get there yet.
Yo, I mean, yeah, I think this is. I mean, you're a tough critique, but I mean, I guess you're fair with it, you know. Um, Overall, like I wouldn't even choose those type of albums if it didn't hit. You know what I mean? To
Yeah,
expound on, you know, and you know, I guess that's the point, man. You know, to give your perspective and give a critique on the stream. You know what I mean? And yeah, man. I mean, overall, man, like I think this is dope what we're doing right now, man. We're expounding on classic albums, and
yeah,
you know, hopefully the new generation will take heed of what we're talking about, and they can tap in and see what we're talking about, man. You know?
yeah, yeah. Definitely. If whoever's watching this and y'all listening, go back and listen to these albums we talking about, you know, and comment on it. Tell us what you think about the albums. What's your grade on the albums? You know, go in those comments and tell us. You know, tell us if we wrong. If you think you know we wrong about our grades. If I'm wrong about my grades, you think Russ is wrong about his grades. You know, tell us. Let us know your opinion. You know, and what you think of the album or how it affected you, how it impacted you. But I'm just saying, you know, the Slim Shady LP for me, it gets a C. You know, it gets a C because, you know, I'm giving it a C. I'm pushing it up from a D to a C because it has some legendary joints, some memorable joints, some classic joints on that. And Eminem's impact from that album moving forward, you know, was different. So that's why I bumped it up to a C and all of that. The Roots album definitely getting it. That's the F for me. I'm not bumping it up. I'm not doing nothing with it. I'm not gonna listen to it ever again. It does nothing for me. But you know, there are all of those artists are talented though. Don't get it twisted. It just that they didn't put together a body of work that you know that I can appeal. That appeals to me. That's what I'm saying. Cause I'm not taking away their talent. Questlove is talented. All of them. They all Black Thought talented. But I'm just saying they didn't put it together for me, man, with that album. And Makaveli, Tupac is my third favorite third favorite hip hop artist behind Nas and Jay-Z, and Makaveli is getting a B for me, you know, because of the impact, because of the legendary songs it has on it. It's just the other ones didn't hit for me, you know. I wish they did, but you know, it just didn't do it for me, the rest of them. So I think my grades be fair though. I don't think it's that I'm too hard. I'm just giving you the percentage of how many I like from how many I skipped. So I'm always gonna give you the percentage first. So I'm gonna tell you because it's pretty accurate. I'm pretty sure. So you didn't skip nothing on the Machiavelli?
Nah, I could let that whole album ride out, man. Nah, man, it's a pretty good album.
Yeah. It's not too many I skipped. It's only about 5. I just 4 or 5. I think it's
Yo,
like 4 or
five is a
5.
lot, man.
I like 7 though. I like more than I skipped though. I like more than I skipped. I just didn't, you know, I wasn't feeling them joints, man. That's all it is about. But yeah, I'm not biased, man. I'm telling you, I'm gonna grade your shit. Like, cause you gotta hit, man. You can't have one thing, man. It gotta be the total package. I keep saying it. Like, it gotta be everything, man. Your verses, your hooks, the production, you know, your the substance in your what you're saying. What else? Your how creative you are, you know, how original, you know, the tracks you're making, all of that comes into play. And I think you know, they got some legendary joints on there. But that Roots
Word.
album, you giving the Roots a B. That shit's crazy to me.
No, no,
A
I
B
give it a
plus.
B, man. It's
Oh, okay.
the production on that was incredible. I mean, the songs, I mean, just the creative idea aspect of that album was incredible. And yo, like when you hear that album, like it takes you back to the neo soul
Okay.
conscious. You know what I mean? The 5% is on the corner, dropping that science and all that. I mean, that's all that comes to play in my thoughts every time I hear that album. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it has a nostalgic feel to it. I'll give you that. It does have a nostalgic feel to it. It brings you back to, but don't get it twisted. You need music like that. It needs hip hop needs balance. You don't need just one type of hip hop artist. You need a variety, you know. So the roots are needed in the culture. Just like Tribe Called Quest and those type of artists are needed in the culture. It's not just about gangster rap or you know conscious rap or you know mumble rap, all this stuff, drill. I think I think everything has its part, and I think you need that balance. You know, I don't think because if you didn't have that balance, everything would be just the same. We don't want to listen to the same artists, like speaking on the same topic, same everything. That's why I like artists that's versatile, that can talk about different, you know, topics, talk about current events, be conscious, you know, talk about the street life. You could. That's why I like those type of artists that's well balanced, like a Nas. Nas can put it together. A Jay-Z, they put it together. Pac can put it together. That's why those artists are so great. They can talk about, you know, they're not one dimensional. They can talk about a bunch of different topics and still make you bop to it and still make you think and still be creative and you still feel it. So I think, you know, that neo soul type stuff is needed in hip hop, especially now. We don't even have it no more. So I think it all plays its part in this culture called hip hop.
Right. And you know, I think people, I guess the generation under us don't really understand the culture really because you know, you ask anybody that's under our generation, and you know, they will assume hip hop is just basically gangster rap, and it's not. There's more to it. You know what I mean? You know,
Yeah,
there's the
a lot
five
more to
elements
it.
that come with it. You know what I mean? The graffiti, breakdancing,
Breakdancing,
DJing,
DJing.
rhyming, and what's the fifth one?
All right, you said breakdancing, graffiti. You said breakdancing, graffiti, DJing.
Breakdancing, graffiti,
Is
DJing,
MCing.
MCing, and what's the fifth one?
Wait. Oh, MCing and dang, what's it? It wasn't beatbox, right? It was no, it was something else.
Let me look it up. Hold on.
Didn't you say it all? Graffiti, DJ, MCing, breakdancing. You said breakdancing, right? Nah, breakdancing. You didn't say breakdancing.
Break
That's it.
breakdancing, yeah. That is the culture. That is hip hop. But yo, everybody that's under us, the younger generation, they just think hip hop is just gangster rap, but it's not. Nah, it's more to it, man. I mean,
They wasn't because they wasn't taught. They wasn't really taught like that. We grew up in it. Nobody break dances no more. It's like they wasn't taught this stuff. They didn't. They wasn't taught that the DJ was the most important person. It wasn't the MC at first. It was the DJ. The DJ got the party started. The DJ got the park jam started. The MC, you know, the DJ will hype up the MC. It started with the DJing. So that's where it all came from. The MC and the rap shit came later. You know, putting the words and all that to the, you know, to the beats and all that. But it's basically about partying, man. Hip hop was about a good time, having a good time. It was about partying, bringing people together, and all of that. With the breakdancing, you bring together at the part, everybody together at the party. It was having a good time, man. The graffiti, it was just showing your originality. The graffiti showing, you know, your rebellion and all of that. But yeah, people don't learn the history. That's why these niggas suck today, because they don't learn the history. They don't want to. They're using it as a hustle. That's why I don't like people that use music as a hustle. Like I do music. Of course, you want to get paid, you know, to do, you know, for your craft and all that. But the passion should come first. I think the passion for your craft and for your love for the art form should succeed, oversee, you know, the hustle part. You just trying to use it to make money. That's like some vulture shit to me. If you don't have a passion for this, because now there's niggas that really want to do this, and you're basically in their way. Because it's crazy because the people that's using it for a hustle is the ones that's getting all of the attention and everything.
no, I totally agree with you on that. You know, like I don't know, for some reason, big companies tend to invest more on, you know, artists that don't put out good music. You know what I mean?
Facts, man. I totally agree, man. And that's why they got us here. So they got us here for the sucker free content. Now they got us here to teach them about hip hop. You know, grade these albums, show you how albums supposed to be made, nigga. So with that said, what do you think? Okay, we gave our grades for the albums. I gave M, you know, I gave M the C, I gave Makaveli the B, I gave the Roots a F. So what do you think could improve on each album to make it even better?
With Pac's album, the one thing he could have probably worked on is generating a theme with the album. You know what I mean? Because you know,
Okay. It's random.
I mean, like when you listen to M's joint, there is a theme and storyline that comes with the album. You be like, okay, yeah, I get what he's doing with this. You know what I mean? But overall, like uh um Pac's album to me was flawless, man. That's why I gave it a plus. I mean, it's not flawless completely.
Yeah.
Like you asked me a question about what could he could have add on to the album, and I would say a theme, a storyline theme to it.
I totally agree with that because I think Pac's albums, I think all his albums are so random. They just got random joints on it, but that's how he recorded. Like he didn't record.
Yo, it's funny. It's funny you say that because now that I'm looking back, I'm like, yeah, it do felt like it was just put together with different tracks, but that's how good those records were, though. It didn't even matter. Like that's how good it was.
Yeah, that's how Pac recorded. This one of his documentaries. He was showing him record with the Outlaws, and he was like, "Yo, we just got to work." He said We don't got time to be lollygagging. Let the engineer do whatever he do. We move on to the next song, and then we just throw that on the album. And he said he didn't even the title of his songs. He said, "Listen." I think he was telling them, the Outlaws. He's like, "Listen, whatever the last guy said, that's the title of the songs." Like that's how he titled his songs. Like he said, like so he didn't really structure his stuff. He just record. Pac was just on go, like record. Like that's all he was thinking about. He wasn't thinking about structuring songs. Like that's why his album seems so random. It's like he just put. It's like a mixtape album.
I think that was just based on survival mode because there was a deadline. Not a deadline, but he needed to conjure up enough albums to get out of a certain contract, and money was on the line. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we got what we got from Pac. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he put out dope albums though. I'm telling you that he got some dope joints, legendary shit too.
Now with the production on M's joint, Slim Shady, I think that would need a better improvement. Even though I guess Dre produced the album, I think the production could have been better, man. You know what I mean? I didn't really like the production on that album. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Eminem. All right. I'm gonna go out and say this. I think Eminem's the worst beat picker. Eminem beats are strictly for him. Like Eminem beats is strictly catered to Eminem. That's why you don't hear when people do freestyles, nobody freestyles on an M beat. Like nobody freestyles on the MB. Them shits are tailor-made for him.
You know what? I'm glad you mentioned that because if I hear a beat, and it's catered to M, I'm gonna be like, that's an M beat. Like I couldn't picture nobody else copping on that beat. And you're right. Whoever does his production, they specifically make that type of beat for him. That's it. I mean, like, cause when you hear LB, you be like, this joint is L. Let me see if I could. But you really don't get that from M Beats, man. Like you be like, hell no, I'm not gonna rap on that. Nah.
Them shits are tailor-made. Eminem's production is tailor-made for him. He produces though. He produces now, and he produced a lot of his stuff too. Like towards later on, I don't think this album he did or his first two maybe, but I think later on he started producing his own stuff. He actually produced some stuff for other artists too. Like Carry the Cross, he produced for Nas. He produced that Biggie and M Beats are trash. I would see it's tricky because they're trash for me, but I think they work perfect for Eminem.
Yeah, I mean, listen, man. Like, the beats wasn't such a discouragement to me to the point where I can't listen to the album. But I'm like, man, he could have chose some different type style of beats, man. You know what I mean? Like I would like to hear M rhyme on Triumph beat. You know what I mean? Because he got the skills to display his rhyming skills on those type of beats, man. I mean,
Triumph would have been dope for M. But if this, I'm gonna be fair, and I'm if those beats are all right, let me see. M's production on Pac's albums were terrible too. I didn't like some of them either. I like the running joint with him and Biggie. That was dope. Even had Pac screaming G Unit. Get the Batman beats the fuck out of here. Yeah, the Gatman joint with 50. That yeah. But I'm gonna be fair. Play devil's advocate. If M didn't rap on those type of beats, M wouldn't be Eminem. We know today. That's why I said he'll just if M didn't pick those beats and that style that he came in with, he probably wouldn't have made it. He stands out because of his over the top lyrics, that production. That's what makes Eminem. If he didn't come out like that, he would just been another white rapper. They probably say trying to sound black. Eminem didn't try to do that because if you listen to M before that, he sounded kind of like AZ. Like if you go back to his stuff before the Slim Shady LP, I'm gonna send you some stuff. He rapped like a black rapper, and I'm like this. It is dope.
I don't know, man, because like I remember a footage of M freestyling with Big, and he still had that same style of rhyming off the LP of Slim Shady.
Nah, freestyling with Big. I don't think he ever freestyling with Big, nigga. You might see some AI shit. But I'm sorry, his old records. He had an album. I think he had an album before some Shady LP. I'm gonna send you some joints when he was rapping, just like just like everybody else was rapping back then. But I was like, that wouldn't have did it. They wouldn't have accepted him like that. That's why he came, with the style he came with, because it'll draw more people towards him. He's original and he's not trying to be black. So Eminem, he was like, he took, his lifestyle, whatever, and he told his story. So I like that about him. But his beats is terrible, man. His beat selection is like, I think he's the worst beat picker to me. Cause I'm like, his beats are tailor made for him. It works for him though. So it works for him. I just think picture Nas, Jay-Z rapping on those Slim Shady LP beats. Picture that. Or Jada Kiss rapping on it. That shit would sound crazy. It would sound terrible.
Yeah, man, it would definitely sound crazy, man. Like yeah, like I couldn't picture nobody rhyming on MBC either. And I guess you're right, man. With that unique type of beat him hopping on, he wouldn't be M for today. You know what I mean? Like he'll be another MC that sound like, a Caucasian dude trying to be black. You know what I mean? But with his unique style, you got M. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's him. That's good. That's a good thing though, man. Eminem has his own sound. And you gotta appreciate that.
Most definitely. Yo, I'm gonna kill this joint right here. I guess we're gonna rate another album next progress report. Yo, what's your last words to the people out here, man?
Let's bring hip hop back, man. That real shit, not this fake shit, man. Let's listen to us, man. Step up your craft, step up your pen. Let's bring creativity back. Let's make talent great again, because these niggas out here don't know what they doing. But yeah, stay tuned. We got some more album grades to give y'all, and I hope y'all enjoy it.
Word, yo, it's your boy Rush, aka Mundo, out here chasing that bollo, that guacamole, that rag gold. Seek wisdom, practice humility, and those remain sucker free. You heard? I'm out. One.